today we're doing a what I eat in a day, and I'm super excited because for this video I'm partnering with Nourish. Now, if you haven't heard of Nourish or you don't know about them, let me tell you, they are an amazing website and app that matches up patients with vetted, registered dietitians. You meet with them via a Zoom call in the comfort of your own home. So it makes it super easy for anybody to be able to meet and match up with a dietitian. They specialize in a wide range of health concerns, from things like weight management to gut health to general health, and they accept hundreds of insurance plans across all 50 states, with 94% of patients paying absolutely nothing out of pocket. It is very easy to sign up and use Nourish. They also have an app, so you could sign up either on their app or their website, and they have a lot of great resources and features. One thing that I found really cool on the app that I haven't seen on any other tracking app, so I don't know if it exists anywhere else, but they have an AI feature where you take a picture of your food and then you put the picture in and it will track and analyze the macros for you if that's something you're interested in. I thought that was really cool. So when you go to the website and you start signing up, you'll get a questionnaire and prompts that will let you further explain kind of what your goals are, whether like that is general health, weight management, gut health, etc. They have tons of options to choose from. So if you've been around on my channel for a little while, you know I have lost some weight. I would like to lose some more weight. So I specifically discussed with my RD about my weight loss goals. And when I met with her, she was so awesome. She was so nice. And I also really wanted to find somebody who was either vegan or understands veganism. And she was great. She said she eats primarily plant-based. So she was a really perfect match for me. In our first meeting, we just did kind of general getting to know me. So we talked about what I'm eating right now, my movement, my general lifestyle, just so she could fully understand the full scope of my life and how I'm currently living and how she can help me. So after discussing things with her in our meeting, she sent me over some personalized macros and meal plans, and we're going to be using those meal plans today for inspiration in our what I eat in a day, which honestly, even though you guys know I'm creating recipes and food all the time and I love it, sometimes it's really nice to just have somebody else do the guesswork for me, do the brain work, and I could just kind of think, oh, this sounds good. It also got me eating a lot of variety, which I sometimes forget to eat, or, you know, you fall into your habits with your eating. You like the meals you like, and sometimes you just need a little help to break it up, do something different. Nourish dietitians will help you to create lifelong habits, live a healthy lifestyle, no crazy fad diets, nothing restrictive, which I definitely support. If you've been around my channel, you know that. I am definitely about creating a healthy life, doing nothing ridiculous. And they can teach you how to grocery shop, meal prep, budget, and just do all these kinds of things to help fit your lifestyle. So I will have a link down below in the description box for you to click on if you want to sign up for Nourish, which I definitely think you should. Recently, I said to my boyfriend, actually, I was like, you know, I really think I might want to meet with a dietitian to just kind of go over some things and make sure everything I'm doing is correct and right. And so I was really excited to partner with Nourish for this and get working with somebody. I'm so excited for our next appointment because then we're going to really start to get into things. So I do truly have to say, if it's something you've been interested in, something you've been wanting to try, I definitely think that you should go for it and sign up and try it out. And yeah, again, a big thank you to Nourish for sponsoring today's video, and let's get into making some really yummy food.
We're going to start off with something different today. We're doing a tofu scramble. If you watch my other What I Eat in a Days, I know I'm usually doing a protein bagel, but we're doing tofu scramble. So I'm adding a little oil into a pan. We're going to do some spinach, and then we're adding in tomatoes, and we're going to let that cook up for a few minutes. And this is so interesting because I never choose to put tomatoes in my tofu scramble, despite absolutely loving tomatoes, loving a fresh tomato sauce made from cooked tomatoes. So I don't know why I never do it, but it was so good in there, and it's something that, again, like the dietitian from Nourish in the little meal plan she gave me, it was like spinach and tomato tofu scramble. And I was like, wait, why do I never put tomatoes in there? Okay, anyway, so then I'm crumbling up some extra firm tofu and I'm just gonna let this cook. We're gonna add a few seasonings, the typical suspects. We're going in with some turmeric, garlic powder, onion powder. I did a little nutritional yeast, salt, black pepper, just kind of my standard tofu scramble ingredients just to add some nice flavor into there. And we'll just let that cook up and do its thing. The tofu will turn a nice bright yellow from the turmeric. So super easy, super delicious. And then in the meantime, while that was cooking, I just toasted up a bagel. This is a high fiber, high protein bagel to go with it. And just toasted that up. We're gonna have it on the side for a little something extra with the tofu scramble. Gonna add some vegan butter on there. And I like to put the vegan butter on the bagel, and then I'll close the bagel up so that way it helps to melt it because the bagel is warm, obviously. And then when you take it apart after about a minute, the vegan butter will be much easier to spread around than if it were just straight from the fridge. So little hack for you. And then I just plated this up. I added my tofu scramble in there, and then I added my little bagel on the side, and super easy, super delicious. Something that was really great about all these meals was they really took very minimal time to make. I added some crushed red pepper flakes on top to have some fun, be a little fancy. And there we go. Delicious, easy breakfast, getting in lots of nice plant protein here, micronutrients. It's awesome. For lunch, we're doing a kale and tempeh salad. So I'm taking a block of tempeh and I'm going to cut it into rectangles, and I'll cut those rectangles in half, and this is how we make cute little tempeh triangles. Super easy. Now you should always boil and steam tempeh to help get rid of some of the bitter taste it can have. So I just added some water into a pan and I'm going to boil it, not very much, maybe like half a cup of water, and just let that boil for like 20 minutes. In the meantime, I'm going to prep my kale. So I took it out, I washed it, and then of course it has this big stem, so we want to remove the leaves from it. So all you need to do is just pull up, hold the stem at the bottom firmly, and then just pull up, and those leaves will come right off, and then you don't have to deal with any of that thick fibrous stem, which isn't very good texturally in a salad. So I'm just going to do that, and then I'm going to just actually take it with my hands and tear it apart into a bowl. Now, the key to a kale salad is massaging the kale. If you're not massaging your kale, you're going to be like, kale salads are not very good. And it's because massaging it already starts to break down the kale before we even start chewing it, putting it in our mouth, okay? So you want to massage it for about 3 to 5 minutes. It's going to start to shrink in size, and it's going to turn a dark green. You'll really start to notice a difference after a few minutes. I feel like you could see it here. So definitely massage your kale. It's a high maintenance little veggie. Then with our tempeh, it's been about 10 minutes, so I'm just gonna flip it. You could see that the bottom part of the tempeh that was sitting in the water, you could see the difference of where it kind of steamed and where it didn't. So I just wanted to flip everything over, get both sides, have some time in the water. Then I'm going back to my veggies, so I'm going to cut up some carrots. I was lining them up neatly so I can make little slices of them. And then I really wanted to add in something fun, and I saw watermelon radish at the store last week, so I bought them, and I've been trying to find fun ways to use them in things. So I just cut a few pieces off, and then I cut them in half to make cute little watermelon half moons, and they look so pretty. In the salad, we're also going to add some pumpkin seeds, adds nice vitamins and some fat. And then we're also going to add in lemon juice and a little oil, and I'm just going to mix it up. Oh, and I did some garlic powder as well for some extra background flavor. Mix it up so we have a nice base for our salad. And then I was going to grab a pretty plate, and we'll just pour this right onto the plate. And then I just carefully placed the watermelon radish around, making my salad just look really pretty and fun. You guys know I love to plate my food up, making it look pretty. So then I'm taking some oil, adding that to the tempeh, and we're gonna go in with a few seasonings. So I have onion powder, garlic powder, paprika, salt. Very simple, very easy. I'm just gonna add a decent amount of each seasoning, probably half a teaspoon to a teaspoon, just adding a nice sprinkle. I'll mix the tempeh around, and then because some of the seasoning was actually getting a little bit stuck to the bottom of the pan, I just went in with a little bit of water, maybe a tablespoon, and it helped to just loosen up the seasonings and help them to adhere to the tempeh better. So easy, delicious, and then you could just add these little beautiful tempeh triangles on top of our salad. The salad was super filling and very delicious, had a lot of great elements in there, and I love that it made me use some ingredients I'm not always normally using. And to be honest, I'm not always reaching for a kale salad, but it's good. We need variety, we need different things in our diet and what we're eating, so adds in a lot of nutrients, which is awesome. Sprinkled a few more pumpkin seeds on top, and that was it. How beautiful is this? I love the color of the watermelon radish. I mean, it is just so stunning. It makes me feel like I'm eating lunch at a fancy cafe because it's just beautiful. And now we can enjoy. So finally, on to dinner. We did something, again, very simple and easy, which was what I really liked about all these recipes. Nothing took more than about, I want to say 20 minutes, 20, 30 minutes. So we're going to do some frozen edamame in the pan, and we're going to go in with a stir-fry veggie mix, and we're just going to add a little bit of water, let those cook for about 5 minutes just to get everything warmed up, thawed, no longer frozen. And I'm going in again with a little garlic powder and onion powder just to start building flavor right away. After a few minutes, it'll look like this, and then we could go in with some soy sauce and a little bit of sesame oil to add a nice flavor. And that's it. Super simple, super easy. You just want to let the veggies cook in that for a few minutes. And then in the meantime, I cut up some green onion so I could add that on top as garnish because I do love green onion. I cut them on the bias because I feel like it's always just a little more fancy and fun, and they just look pretty. I cooked up some brown rice. This was actually microwavable brown rice, and I put it in this little ramekin and pushed it down so I can make it look pretty, because then we will do the little trick where we put the plate on top, we'll flip it, and now we have this perfect little circle of brown rice right in the middle of our dish. Give it a little bang and it should come right out, and it looks so pretty. Our veggies are all done, so I'm just going to scatter them around the plate, around the brown rice, and this was really delicious. And like I said, everything was so simple to make, easy, accessible, and I didn't find anything very difficult or time consuming or daunting, which I really enjoy, because I always say this to you guys, but even though I cook all day long, the food that I eat in my daily life is definitely very minimal, easy recipes, because I get tired too. Sprinkling with some sesame seeds for a garnish, and there you go. Look at that beautiful little dinner. Lots of great things in there. Beautiful color. So awesome. This is a great, great dinner, and it was delicious, and it's filling, and it's so good. And then finally, to finish off the day, I just had a super simple snack with just some dried apricots and nuts. And I really love dried apricots, so this was the perfect little nighttime snack. And this was everything I ate today. I drank tons of water as well. That was something that my dietitian and I discussed, upping my hydration. And yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed watching this. Thank you again to Nourish for sponsoring this video, and I'll see you soon with more recipes. Bye!